So we're gonna cook up these trout that we caught earlier today. Sorry for the mess in the kitchen, but first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna prep our ingredients. We've got our parsley flakes, we've got Italian seasoning, we've got pepper, kosher salt, we've got butter, and we don't mix the butter, but we take all of our dry seasonings and we mix them all up into a bowl. Now, this Italian seasoning has marjoram, thyme, basil, rosemary, and oregano. I mean, you could put all those into the bowl separately, but this Italian seasoning, it just makes it easier. The only thing the Italian seasoning doesn't have in it is the parsley flakes. So we throw that in there as well. So we mix that to taste inside of a bowl. Last time I put garlic powder inside of here and mixed it all around as well. But to tell you the truth, what we do later on is we mince garlic up inside of our green onions. There's green onions in there and garlic. That's it. That's all we have in there. So we mince those up together with the knife. Then we take one whole lemon. We chop the top and the bottom off of it. These will be used for later as well. But we've got about 5 lemon slices there. As a matter of fact, we're only going to do 2 tonight because that's all I'm going to eat tonight. So we're going to take one more out. We're going to use that as kind of a garnish for later on. But we've got 4 good lemon slices out of that one lemon, and that's what we're going to use. We'll be back with you when we get everything else prepped. Oh, sorry. One more thing. While you're doing this, set your oven to 390. All right? Put your oven at 390 degrees and let that sucker preheat. All right? We'll be back in a second. So now that we've got our fish that we just caught today, it's been sitting there soaking in the bag full of 7-Up or salt water, whichever one you want to do. We like to use 7-Up around here. So you got this nice large cavity that you can stuff full of all these seasonings. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my dry rub, my little dry seasoning here, and I am going to give it a little mix, and then I'm going to take a good pinch of it. I'm going to put a little bit on the outside of the skin. Then I'm going to open up this cavity, and I'm just going to start sprinkling it all in there, making sure we get a good coverage of all these good seasonings and spices that are going to soak themselves right into that meat. Then, once I'm done with that, I'll wash off my hand here. All right. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to get my chopped onions and my minced garlic. I'm going to grab a nice big handful of those. I am also going to do the same thing. I'm going to stick them inside. I'm going to let some fall on the outside and kind of get a couple of them all over the top here, just like that. Nice, so they're nice and evenly spread. Again, going to wash my hand off real quick. Then I'm going to take a tablespoon of sugar, or wow, sugar. I wish it was a tablespoon of sugar. A whole tablespoon of butter, and I am going to give that right there inside of that fish cavity. And I'm going to spread it all over the place, all inside of there. I'm going to take 2 pieces of lemon. I'm going to stick those inside of that cavity as well. Make sure they're tucked up nice and underneath there. Now, one of the things you'll notice is this tin foil I have here. I carefully selected the size of this tin foil. What I want is about 1 inch above the fish, and I want 1 inch below, and I want, ooh, I just ripped it right there. That's okay. Don't have to worry about that. I want 1 inch above and 1 inch below, so I can basically fold this thing up like an envelope. So I'm going to go 1/2 side here, fold it over. I'm going to go the other 1/2 side here, I'm going to fold that over. You see where that inch above and inch below takes effect right here? I can fold that up, just like that. Give that a pinch. Fold that up. And now we have the whole fish enveloped inside. What we're going to do is we're going to put it on a cookie sheet, just like that. And we're going to slide it into our oven at 390 for 20 minutes. All right? Now, before I do that, I'm going to make another one. So we're going to turn the camera off, and in about 20 minutes, we'll take it out and we'll show you the finished product. And that 20 minutes will start now. So now that our fish is done, we can cancel out the oven, and we can slide our cookie sheet right on out. And man, you can hear that fish going. It smells good. So we're gonna close our oven back up, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna fold this back, and we are gonna take a good look at our finished product here. Oh, if you could smell this right now. Wow. This smells amazing. Now, the real way to tell is if you can take this skin, which I am doing. Grab this fork. You could take this skin and literally just pull it off with the fork. Get one tine underneath it and just run it back like that. And oh man, look at that. That is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Some people will eat the skin. I am not one of those people, so I'm kind of a weenie when it comes to eating the skin on the trout. So I don't really eat it. I know Antonio does. They say there's a lot of good nutrition still in the skin of a trout, and I believe them, but I just prefer not to eat it. But I mean, look at that. That looks amazing. Now, the real test here. Let's pick a little piece of this off here and eat it. Amazing. That is just amazing. And a lot of people ask me, well, what about the bones? Well, the bones, for one, the meat firms up so well that you can grab a pretty good portion of the meat with either a fork or with your fingers, and it will actually just slide right. The meat will slide right off the bone, so you don't really have to worry about it that much. I'm gonna go ahead and get down on some of this, and I'm gonna enjoy every last minute of eating this fish, just like I enjoyed catching it. So that's it for our little cooking show, and we hope to see you again, both in my kitchen and in Iowa's Outdoors.